Tim Burton and Warner Brothers are pretty clever because they know if we talk about BeetleJuice and we mention that it's a sequel to the first movie, BeetleJuice might just appear. That's right, we are here talking about the new Warner Brothers movie and the long-awaited sequel to an all-time classic for Halloween, BeetleJuice and BeetleJuice. And there's a lot of things to say. I'm going to start off on a lot of the positives, because first off, I need to give pure commendations and just a round of applause to Michael Keaton playing the role BeetleJuice. He brings life to this character. He brings life to the movie. Pretty much every scene he's in, whether it's an ad-lib type thing, whether he's just going off the script and is able to, make things feel ad-libby, Michael Keaton owns this role, and he should be getting his flowers for that, because he makes this movie entertaining throughout. Joining him on the entertainment spree, in my opinion, is going to be a mix of both Catherine O'Hara, playing basically the stepmother to Winona Ryder's character. She was hilarious throughout. Her jokes landed. Just like with Schitt's Creek, O'Hara is able to just make me laugh, and I think she has one of the best comedic timings out there in just movies and TV shows today. And William Dafoe's character of being like a actor, being a underworld cop, never got old to me. Dafoe was hamming it up perfectly, and I loved it throughout. When those three were on screen in their own separate scenes, having comedic kind of bits, almost like Saturday Night Live type skits per se, but buffed up by a great practical visual world by Tim Burton, this movie is thriving. And as somebody who might not remember or can tell with you too much about the first BeetleJuice movie, I went in this movie kind of blinded and kind of excited to see, because it has such a great cast and it had such a imagination to it. The other things I'll talk about as being great is, again, Tim Burton's practical world, the practical costumes, the practical sets, just the set design. Very well done for me for BeetleJuice. I loved how this world felt very much its own. It felt very much in tune with itself, and different from what is normally just a bland CGI fest we have throughout. Again, between the amazing practical effects of Tim Burton and the great comedic performances and just great performance overall of Michael Keaton standout, Catherine O'Hara, another good standout, and for most of the time, Willem Dafoe with this character stand out. This movie is enjoyable. It gets you a lot of laughs. It is an enjoyable time in the theater. Now let's talk about the not great. The storylines going throughout here are so weak, flimsy, and just thrown together that there's a lot of parts of this movie you're kind of just gliding through, wondering when is the next comic scene coming, where are we going? And it's unfortunate because I don't think Winona Ryder or Jenna Ortega had done any, as Lydia and Astrid had any bad acting. I think they acted exactly what they were told to act like. But the problem is, those characters in their story were as bland can be. Jenna Ortega just played a curmudgeon, teenager who doesn't want mom to understand mom. Lydia by Winona Ryder is just very, all over the place mom who wants to protect her kid, but also is rash in making decisions and letting herself be pushed around. Very bland, basic characters that brought no life to the screen, not because the actors in these roles couldn't do it, but just because the script was that poor and bad. The adversaries in this movie, again, very poor and bad. They're here, they're there, they're gone, they're whatever. BeetleJuice is truly a script that really needed to be combed over a lot better, because you're given some of these great comedic moments that could work with these flimsy reasons and plots for them to happen. it just did not work for me in that aspect. But what is good about Beetlejuice is the movie is very much about being comedic, and those comedic moments are peppered throughout heavily. So a lot of the times you're laughing and having a good time. You're not stuck in these moments where you feel like you're watching a generic plot, generic movie that you've seen a million times. It's very boring, bland, and uninspiring. Overall, this gets a very low gold from me. If you're a fan of this movie, if you look for something kind of Halloween that's not going to be horror but just more kind of funny and low risk, you might really go and enjoy BeetleJuice. It had a lot of great laughs. The comedic performances from a lot of the people in there I thought worked well. But if you were expecting to have a little bit better of a story, something that you're going to come out of being like, I can't wait to see that again, that's sadly not the case. In my opinion, BeetleJuice is going to be a movie. You'll see all the good, funny scenes on YouTube Shorts, TikTok, Instagram Reels, where they can cut out all the fun comedic bits and hide the basic, bland story that does not feel like it should have been given a movie like this. That's just my thoughts overall. If you've seen this or you want to go see it, tell me in the comments down below. Again, I really do love the practical effects of Tim Burton and his style, and the comedic chops in this movie carried it throughout. But man, was I disappointed with this plot, and was I disappointed with just even the ending of the movie I didn't like. You'll have to see to understand what I mean, but yeah, Beetlejuice. Mixed feelings. But I guess I'll see you next time. Peace.